EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the heart of Texas and the very wonderful AT&T Stadium in Arlington. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with the Green Bay Packers. Here's Kai Forbath now to get us started, and we are underway from AT&T Stadium. That'll be taken in the end zone. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. Opening quarter, his opening carry of the game, I think they'll give it to him a few more times, as they should.
You're exactly right about that. With that type of a run, you want to repeat it many times until they show signs of stopping it. I think he did his visualization exercise before this one, and they're paying off.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it.
He hauls it in. Valdez-Scantling for the Packers touchdown. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. 35 yards. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further. Crosby connects on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
65. Check it out, read. No. Off. Check 13. Kill. Turn up.
We're going to 54. Why in?
Kill. Hop up.
47. 26.
Prescott. That one complete to Elliott. And even with that broken tackle, can't get very far. Stops short of the 30. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on third down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown? One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Go to 54, go to 54, line in.
Check 43. It's great.
Hey, kill. 47. We go 46.
What's the run? They're running it.
26.
Here's Prescott. He finds his man. It's Austin. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
So into Packer territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 46.
You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Watch twist.
There we go, kill.
We go 25 to Mike. Rip left.
26.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
After the incomplete pass, here now is second and 10. Now Prescott. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A gain of 28 yards there and give them a first down. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be second and 8.
It's second and 8.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. They'll run with Elliott. He will push his way down to about the 14. Another 2-yard gain there, but they'll need to do better this time. It's third and 6.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
On third down, it's Prescott. A dump off to Elliott. Call it a gain of 5, and it'll be fourth down. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. And Jason Garrett's going to leave the offense on the field. They're going to go for it here on 4th. Running with Elliott. And he's able to pick pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They opt to go for it, and they get it. First and goal after a pickup of 5. This is Elliott. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play with my best back right now.
And this will result in him losing yardage. Back to the 3. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal.
Alert 3, alert 3.
Here we go, 47.
Check. Lucky.
Here we go. 26.
They'll try to run it in with Elliott. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They converted once earlier on this opening drive, but now comes a big test. 4th and goal.
Let's get off the field. Let's get off the field. Check
Here we
3.
go, 46.
25. Check 25. Check 25. Hey, switch gears.
They'll run it with Elliott. And he'll wind up being knocked back to the 3-yard line. Ezekiel Elliott unable to punch it in. And the Packer defense stands tall down by the goal line. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They have to be thrilled with that first drive that got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Let's go, D. Jim.
Hey, back up.
Rodgers going to throw. Caught by Jones. And he'll be hit and dropped for a loss at the 5-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Watch out.
Shotgun now for Rodgers. Man open, it's St. Brown. He's got it. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. 17 yards on the play there as the Packers have the first down as well. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Xavier Woods with a pick. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Now Elliott. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. He'll get 2 out of that run, and it's going to bring up a 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there, and if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
They'll try again with Elliott. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here's Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts. That's their 2nd, so they'll have 1 remaining here in this 2nd quarter. We'll be right back. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
He's coming.
Prescott to throw on 4th. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. 2 yards on the touchdown there, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Forbath able to convert the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that?
A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they're throwing an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report.
Check 50. We're going to 54. Then we're going to 53. 26.
A second down throw for Prescott. Eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander.
Well, I get what he was trying to do. He was moving to his right and trying to shift the coverage, but instead he shifted the coverage also to the right and threw right into it for an interception.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. I got you, boy.
Now a first down carry by Jones. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And finally down at the 9-yard line. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down.
Check 15.
Now Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's second and goal. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Green 18.
Go. Go.
Check. Go right. Check 30.
From the gun, it's Rodgers. And they're going to get him. They bring him down to the sack back at the 16-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And the 12-year veteran knocks it right through, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays, and when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. You're down 3 under a minute to go. How aggressive are you going to be in this spot?
Not as aggressive as I probably would want to be. Only down 3. I mean, it might as well be even going into the half. That's not a deficit that makes me want to push it and potentially make a mistake in this situation and cost myself even more points.
But, boy, getting into field goal range and tying it, that's tempting.
Awfully enticing. You almost talked me into it.
At the 34-yard line.
Here we go. Hard, ain't it?
25 to Mike. Blue Dan, blue Dan. Wide, get wide. He's checking.
Throwing on second down. Prescott. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
So now 3rd and 10, a big play to start the drive, but nothing since. Prescott now looking deep in the direction of... That is caught. It's Cooper for the Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys have retaken the lead.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Marty looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. You're under 30 seconds to go. Field position not great. Time to call it a half, wouldn't you say?
Well, you know we all have that little extra gene that says let's push the envelope a little bit, right? What needs to be going through the play caller's mind right now, a potential fumbled snap that can get returned, a strip sack that can get returned, right? Any of those types of plays, that should be a deterrent to calling something that could get you in big trouble.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Rodgers now to throw. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And Rodgers intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. On 2nd and 9, Prescott. He'll buy some time right. His throw incomplete. Michael Gallup, that's who he was looking for. 3rd down here.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hey, watch it. Get him on. Dress.
Here we go, 47. 26.
Prescott from the gun. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So it doesn't look like they're going to be able to build off the turnover.
Well, the defense certainly did its part. It got them the football. But you're exactly right. It looks like they're going to have to punt this one away. And it's not a turnover, but doesn't it feel like one after grabbing the momentum with the defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. The connection made. It's Graham. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. Jimmy Graham. 26 yards, and the Packers have retaken the lead. Extra point up and good by Crosby, and it's now 17-14. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down.
Caused all of that.
It caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Two times. 3 down. Check three.
Go. Get out there.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Well, we know this defense has athleticism. Spots like that prove us right.
I love the way that you spotlighted the athleticism because you and I both know the best athletes on the field, they play on defense.
I don't know. I was a kicker. You got to remember that now.
Come on.
Fine. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And fresh off the pick 6, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talked about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
It comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
Deep in there, right? 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing, Prescott. He's got the connection to Cooper. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection.
Slam.
Then we're going to 53. Then we go 47.
Nice 42. You ain't going nowhere. Check. Wait.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. 17 yards on the play. play there, and the Cowboys have a first down.
Cowboys first down. At their own 25-yard line.
17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. 17 yar
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Prescott now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10.
Switch.
They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's second and 4.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. From the 40 now on second down. Prescott, he'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. Now the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They could not contain Kenny Clark as he gets home for the sack. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Here's Prescott. Got his man there, complete to Gallup. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Prescott from the gun on third. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Adrian Amos with a pick. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the second pick thrown here in the third quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Rodgers now on first down. Gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Packers. Aaron Jones, 48 yards. And the forced fumble defensively leads to 6 points for the Packers. Crosby with the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a little dangerous there, almost a penalty, but it does get into the end zone before going over the sideline for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. Prescott now from the 50. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Here's Prescott. He's going to find Gallup here complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. That one good for 37 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
Hey, kill!
They go to Elliott again. And he'll keep working toward that end zone as he's down to about the 2-yard line. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Through a couple of plays, this Green Bay defense is held strong. Now it's 3rd and goal. A 20th carry here for Elliott. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. And a field goal obviously means nothing here. They're going to go ahead and go for it on 4th down. Here we go now with Olawale. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. They tried to let the fullback pound it in between the tackles, but he stopped up short. And the Packer defense stands tall down by the goal line. They start out with a run from Irvin. And he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. The tackle was made by Michael Bennett.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 2-yard line.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Packer football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Jones, a loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. And they will not be able to hook up there. It's incomplete. The Packers unable to pick up the first. And that will force a turnover on downs. Now, this is a nice little gift wrap situation as they take over 1st and goal. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. 1 man in the backfield. That's Elliott on 2nd and goal. He's going to get it running right. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Cowboys get a bit closer.
And that touchdown puts us in a position to have a discussion, doesn't it? Now it'll be a 2-score game after the conversion.
I mean, there's no doubt with a 2-score game they're going to have to onside kick it. We'll just see if they've got a miracle up their sleeve.
And you wonder what onside kicks they're going to use and in what sequence. If they
under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10.
Well, they tried to get 2 and ended up getting none because the quarterback had nowhere to go with the ball and ends up getting sacked.
Nowhere to go at all. Great job, though, defensively. They were ready. And this one's going to be covered up by the Packers hands team. Well, for a second there, I had flashbacks to a few years ago, the NFC Championship game for the Packers, but here they're able to hold on.
And many things changed in Green Bay after that game. Personnel, people coaching, the whole deal. And in this case, they get it done. No fail like they had in Seattle.
They run on 1st down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Jones. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. They'll go again to Jones. And he is going to have the 1st down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Packer 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.